Despite not securing the most convincing win of the season against our Merseyside rivals last night, a win is still a win. Sometimes champions don't steamroll teams and they have to grit their teeth and grind out 3 points. And Liverpool did exactly that last night. In today's video, we have some huge news as a big deal for a defender is beginning to seem unlikely now amid the latest update. We will look into this in today's video whilst also going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. In addition, we will also go over the 5 biggest takeaways from our 1-0 win against Everton last night. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Arne Slot trod carefully when discussing James Tarkowski, avoiding a red card in Liverpool's 1-0 win over Everton, but he made it subtly clear what he thinks. The Reds took another big step towards the Premier League title on Wednesday evening, thanks to Diogo Jota's solitary strike. Everton somehow avoided being down to 10 men in the first half, however, following Tarkowski's horrible tackle on Alexis McAllister. Referee Sam Barrett only saw it as a yellow card, while even more unfathomably, Paul Tierney agreed in the VAR booth. Speaking in his press conference after the game, Slot commented on the Tarkowski decision, saying the fact that non-Liverpool fans thought it was a red card sums it up. Let me first say that I don't want to comment about the situation because so many people already commented on that, Slot said. Even people that are not liking Liverpool a lot, and they were all so clear and obvious what the decision should have been. There's no need for me to comment on that. Was I surprised? But at this point, such decisions come as no great shock, with the level of officiating in the Premier League as bad as it has ever been. In the past, referees did at least have the excuse of human error in the heat of the moment prior to VAR being introduced. But for Tierney to watch Tarkowski's tackle back and agree with Barrett's decision is baffling and only builds the anti-Liverpool narrative that exists around him. As for Barrett, he looked out of his depth in his first Merseyside derby, summed up by being stood right by Tarkowski's and only deeming it a yellow card. It would be unfair to ignore the fact that being a Premier League referee can be a tough job, but the current set of officials are not good enough. Now, in a huge update regarding a deal for a defender, Dean Huyson has again been linked with a Liverpool transfer by a leading newspaper in the UK, but the report also suggests the Reds are currently behind in the race for his signature. At just 19 years old, Huyson has played 27 times for Bournemouth since signing from Juventus last summer, and he is now seen as one of the best defensive prospects in the Premier League. Huyson's name has been mentioned in connection with Liverpool several times since February, with another source, The Independent's Miguel Delaney, now adding fuel to the fire. Chelsea and Liverpool are both aiming to secure the signing of Dean Huyson this summer, although Real Madrid are monitoring the Spanish centre-half, the reporter wrote. Both Chelsea and Liverpool have been seeking to sign a new centre-half and have been simultaneously working on a potential deal to bring the 19-year-old in. While the Stamford Bridge hierarchy are felt to have currently made more progress, Huyson's future is seen as very much up in the air. Delaney added that Huyson has a £50 million release clause, and Real Madrid are also looking in that area, but haven't worked on any prospective deal as much as their 2 English rivals. Liverpool's interest has previously been reported by the iPaper's Mark Douglas, but the Athletic's David Ornstein has been less certain on a potential deal. Last week, he wrote that he is not sure if they're pursuing him, and would need to make more checks on the matter, before adding that there would need to be some outward movement in the centre-back department to create space for such a player. At this stage, a move for Huyson doesn't seem imminent. However, as a centre-back who is confident on the ball and reads the game well, he is a player that could suit Liverpool's style. In this portion of the video, we will go over our 5 biggest talking points from our 1-0 win over Everton last night. Liverpool secured the win to relieved cheers at the end, beating Everton 1-0 at Anfield, but it should have been easier had the referees done their job. Number 1. A 20th title is increasingly real. The roar as the final whistle went reflected how close Liverpool are to glory. After what was at times an unconvincing and nervy game, the celebrations and feel-good factor eventually came after the win was confirmed. At this stage, those jubilant feelings might occur in the moments between football matches if the matches themselves are tense affairs. Liverpool now need a maximum of 4 wins and a draw to be crowned Premier League champions. A 20th title is edging ever closer and becoming increasingly real. Number 2. What's needed for VAR to show red? Everton somehow kept 11 men on the pitch after a dangerous challenge on Alexis Mac Allister from James Tarkowski. The Everton defender's follow-through is one of those a player can make appear natural, but the kind of force used and the high studs could have been avoided. As Mac Allister's boot hit the turf with Tarkowski still following through, you feared the worst for the Argentine midfielder, but he somehow escaped without a serious injury. He was lucky it was the top of his boot scraping the turf rather than his studs lodging in it. Maybe it would have taken a serious injury for VAR to do its job and give a red card, as if that is not a red card on review, nothing is. Number 3. From control to chaos. By the time of the goal, Liverpool had around 74% possession, but had done little with it. The build-up play was laborious, multiple touches running up blind alleys, making little inroads beyond the Everton defence. The crowd were frustrated by the referee, but also at times by the players. That all changed around the time of the goal though. Whether by design or by accident, the game became more broken up, and this created more space and more desperate defensive efforts from Everton. It also gave the crowd more to get involved with, and the noise in the 5 minutes or so after the goal was as loud as it had been since the start of the game. Number 4. A no Trent preview. The future of Trent Alexander-Arnold was the biggest talking point during the international break, with some more concrete rumours emerging linking him to a move to Real Madrid at the end of the season. With all that going on, it was easy to forget that he's currently out injured and wasn't fit enough to start against Everton. You immediately see what Liverpool would miss without him. No other player seems capable or willing to make long, accurate passes through the middle, and the absence of this affected Liverpool's ability to get into dangerous attacking areas quickly. The build-up play has looked laboured at times this season, but without Trent pinging the ball from one end to the other, onto a run of Mohamed Salah or Luis Diaz, there was a weapon missing. Curtis Jones filled in at right back and did a job there, but he lacked Connor Bradley's dynamism or Trent's passing range. It gave a sneak preview of what a Liverpool team might look like without Trent, and showed the need for multiple reinforcements in the summer should he leave, as many now seem to expect he will. Number 5. League-only focus. The end of the season is in sight, but the title, which has looked like Liverpool's for some time, still needs winning. With only league games to focus on, and maybe a few contract situations, the targets should be clear. Fulham away could be as awkward as Everton. The West London side sit ahead of the more lauded Brentford and Bournemouth in the table. So Liverpool will have to put in a performance if they're to pick up another win, and edge closer to securing the title with games to spare. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.